Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Isabella and I make videos at the moment weekly. So today's video is going to be about why I support the Black Lives Matter movement but not the organisation. So I've got a script for today. I'm going to be ultra professional, so I'll be reading from the script. There is undoubtedly a problem with police brutality and racism all over the world. Today, I'm going to focus on the West, so for example, North America and Britain. The death of George Floyd horrified the world. The callous and cold-blooded way he was murdered in broad daylight was like something from a horror movie. I give nothing but my deepest condolences to his family and the families that have lost their loved ones at the hands of the police who are supposed to be protecting us. A young black lady called Breonna Taylor was murdered in her sleep when US police had the wrong suspect. In fact, what happened to beautiful Breonna Taylor is something I find even more deeply disturbing than what happened to George. Having said all of this, Mr. Floyd was certainly no angel. We mustn't regard him as such. It is believed that he held a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach, whilst others robbed her flat or apartment. Regardless of his past crimes, he did not deserve to die in cold blood. We must also note that his alleged crimes, which he was being arrested for at the time of his arrest, was a fraudulent check, that of $20. We must question as a society, would this have happened to Mr. Floyd if he'd have been white? Because I certainly don't think so. Moving on now to Black Lives Matter, the organisation and the movement. Black Lives Matter is a catchy phrase that they've used as their title. And I support the work that they do for highlighting racial injustices and getting justice for the black people that have been murdered at the hands of the police. Oh, I don't understand where that noise is coming from. Must be a bee. Right. To understand why I don't support the organisation, we should visit the Black Lives Matter official website. Black Lives Matter is a Marxist organisation. As a Christian, Marxism, communism and socialism are against my faith. I agree to a certain extent in some government interventions, like unemployment benefits, and in the UK, we have an NHS. So the NHS is a national health service, if you aren't aware. And I support this. What is that noise? And I support this. But look at all of the socialist countries in the world. It's fair to say that socialism doesn't work. And also, I fail to see why Marxists latch their cause on black issues. They are also pro-LGBT agenda, and the founders and the leaders in the Black Lives Matter organization are, a lot of them, not all of them, are lesbians. So obviously I as a Christian don't support the LGBT agenda. Obviously I think people should be allowed to live their lives as they wish, but I also don't support the indoctrination of children, which is something that Black Lives Matter support, which would be another reason why I wouldn't support the organisation, but I support some of the movement. Their website also says something about dismantling the patriarchy, having unusual types of families. Again, I can't seem to fathom what this has to do with police brutality and racism. Black Lives Matter would be better focusing on fatherless families, which can have a devastating impact on vulnerable black children and black single mothers. Fatherless societies also lead to a high rise in crime and gang-related activity. If a black child, especially a black boy, has no black father or father at all as a role model, this can lead to devastating consequences for them and their families, and it can lead to a lifetime in prison, which is not something that anyone would want. I have also heard numerous rumours that the Black Lives Matter founders and senior members are witches and they use witchcraft to get what they want. Witchcraft is satanic and completely against my beliefs as a Christian. No one should bring up the dead. Rest in peace is said for a reason. I understand that I speak about these issues from a mixed race perspective. I also acknowledge that only my mother is black, so I do come from a small position of white privilege. I say this because I want to be transparent. I have personally firsthand experienced police brutality in a very public fashion. I mean, the videos are all on YouTube for everyone to see. It's not something that will ever go away, but hopefully we can highlight this stuff. I must acknowledge that had I have been a black male, my treatment from the police would have been far worse and could have even rendered me dead. This is a harsh reality I think about on an almost daily basis. However, on a brighter note, I am happy to see people spread awareness about police brutality. As black people, we are strong and we must keep fighting for justice. It also pleases me to see that white and other ethnic groups highlighting the racial injustices that happen both in the US and in the UK. So it's for all of these reasons that I will continue to support the Black Lives Matter movement, but not necessarily the organisation. Thank you guys for watching. It's been my pleasure to give you this video. I'm sure I will do a future video about this more in depth. But this is just my brief overview of where my mind's at to do with Black Lives Matter and to do with, do I support it or do I not? I think everyone should be allowed to support whatever cause they wish. And I also believe in the right for peaceful protests. So I would support, so his name is Respect. I would support the Forever Family Force movement as well. I would support their right to peaceful protests, just as I would to anyone else. When talking about Extinction Rebellion, I just think that they're a load of middle class, left-wing activists. But, you know, they're just as entitled as everyone else to protest what they believe. So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It really, really helps. And I hope you have an amazing rest of the day. God bless.